For this project, we're going to use an image to create an IronOn design. So I opened the Cricut Design Space and logged in and already selected New Project. When you are looking for an image you want to use, I suggest looking up for a black and white image or a silhouette style image. These are the easiest for this first project. If you go to the left of the screen and click Upload, it will bring you to this page. And to upload your image, you click Upload Image right here. On this screen, you can either drag and drop your image from the desktop, or you can browse and search and find your image on your computer. Once you choose an image, it will appear on the left side of the screen, and it gives you 3 options to choose from. For our project, we want to use the simple option. Once you choose that, go to the bottom right and click Continue. This screen is for telling the Cricut what parts of the design you do not want. So for us, it looks pretty simple. It's a black design on a white background. So if you hit Continue, you will realize that the Cricut doesn't understand that those are 2 different colors. So it comes up as a big gray square, and that's obviously what we don't want. So if you go to the bottom left, you can click back. And if your project is large like mine, you can use the zoom out and zoom in features on the top right. I'm going to zoom out so I can see my whole snowman. And before I start telling the Cricut what parts I don't want, I'm going to Advanced Options on the left here. And under Reduce Colors, I'm going to change that to 2. I'm telling the Cricut there should only be 2 colors in this design to choose from. As you can see, when I hover over the design, it creates a plus mark. And when I click anywhere in that design, it will change part of it to a checkerboard pattern. What this is doing is making it a transparency layer, so it's telling the Cricut that that portion is not part of the design. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to click the other parts that I don't want. If you have a really detailed design, you might need to zoom in to click the smaller parts. If at any point you accidentally click a part that you did not mean to erase, go up to the top right and there is a back arrow. This is the undo arrow. Once you are happy with your design, go to the bottom right and click Continue. The Cricut will display what the image will look like on the right side of the screen. If you're happy with it, you can go to the bottom right and click Save. If you missed a part, you can go to the bottom left and click Back. Once you hit Save, it will bring you back to the image upload screen. Click the image that you want to use, and on the bottom right, click Insert Images. Your image will then appear in your canvas space. To edit the size of your image, you click on it, and on the bottom right, there will be a little arrow. If you click and drag, you can adjust the size. The dimensions will appear on the top and on the right side of the image. Before we send our design to the Cricut, we want to double check on one thing with your design selected. So mine's not selected right now, so I'm going to click it, and I should see that little box appear up. The other way to select it is if you click on the item on the right-hand side, also selects it. You want to make sure that the operation is set to cut. In this case, it was set to print and cut. We don't want that, so we're going to open it up, we're going to go under cut, and we're just going to do basic. And now we're ready to send it to the machine. You can go to the top right and click Make It. After you click Make It, you'll be brought to the project preview screen. On this screen, you'll see where your design lays on your Cricut mat. When doing an IronOn vinyl project, you should always mirror your design to flip it. If you don't do this, your image will be backwards when you iron it onto your fabric. So this is especially important if any text is in your design. Once you're ready, you go down to the bottom right and click Continue. First step you have to do is tell the machine what kind of material you are cutting out. So under the popular section on the far right, you'll see IronOn Everyday IronOn. We're going to select that one. The machine then tells you to make sure that you have a fine point blade loaded in the clamp and that you press and load the machine by hitting the arrow button. When you're ready to make your design, you click the flashing arrow button on your machine. Make sure your Cricut mat is loaded underneath the guard here and touching one of the reels. Once you're done loading the materials, the screen will tell you to press Go, which is the Cricut icon button on your machine. Once you have unloaded the mat from the machine, it'll bring you back to this page. If you're not printing out a second iron-on, you can click Finish, and it will take you back to the Canvas page.